trying thing for everybody involved, and we just want to emphasize how thankful we are for everybody. Again, my name is Assistant Chief Gary Hagen. Spelling of my last name is Hagen, H-A-G-E-N. Wanted to give a brief press release today about some events that have occurred today in regards to our missing children's case of Tylee Ryan and Joshua Vallow. This morning we served the Rexburg Police Department and the Fremont County Sheriff's Office and the FBI served a search warrant in the 200 block, 1900 East here in Fremont County, also known as Chad Daybell's residence. Throughout the investigation, detectives and investigators have recovered what's believed to be human remains that have not been identified at this time. We're not going to answer any questions at this time in regards to any of the further the investigation until we have more details, but we were wanting to get this out to let everybody know before there's speculation or rumor that starts flying. So again, we're not going to take any questions at this time. We'll save that for a later press conference when we have more details. But again, we just want to reemphasize how much appreciation we have for you guys for coming out here and for covering this, and for the families and friends of everybody involved. So, thank you.
Can you just repeat what you said about human remains? The road noise completely blocked that back here.
I'm sorry, again?
Can you just repeat what you said about human remains? The road noise
So during the investigation, the investigators and detectives have recovered what's believed to be human remains that are not identified at this time. I do want to add that Chad Daybell, who resides at that residence, has also been taken into custody for questioning in regards to that. And again, we'll give further press release at a later time and take questions regarding more when we have that. So, as soon as we find out, I'll let you know.
That's all we can
answer at this time. So.
We're not taking questions.
Okay,
Do you
thank
think
you.
that it will continue on through till tomorrow?
We're not for sure. So as soon as we find out more, like I said, we'll let everybody know.
Thank you.
Tylee is hilariously funny and super quick-witted and very loving and caring.
Ooh, look at how handsome.
JJ is a ball of energy. That's how I think of JJ.
Surrounding the kids' safety have resulted in months of desperation for family members. As that court date approaches, as you just heard, in 2 days, the grandmother, who has been the most outspoken family member in the search for JJ and Tylee, talked today about what her emotions are this week and beyond.
September, they got increasingly. I was like, we are so worried about JJ.
I have the text. He was basically just texting me.
He's acting like my son was in danger. I was worried about JJ's safety and things, and texting her like he's gonna.
So he at first texted me, "You doing okay today? Hey girl, are you? Please, your mom. I may not be home for a bit. Love you." Sent me a strange link to a website about our church.
People.
Yeah. Said this is what's happening, and then he texted me at almost midnight. I'm so sorry, but I have no choice. I'm just sick. Danger. I had no choice. He didn't file a police report or anything as far as we know, so I'm just assuming he was trying to get a response, and then I love you. He was...
Police report about what?
Or, I don't know, but he was acting like he did something.
And then those text messages came from, do you have it entered as mom's phone, or?
No, that was from him.
That was from his phone.
He didn't take breakfast until 8:30. This was last night at school. That was from his phone. And he was sending word for word the same text to my cousin, like...
What's his name?
Charles.
What's his phone number?
He has the same last name as you, I'm assuming?
Yeah. So my friend told me, my friend that's a police officer, he said, go file a report, file a restraining order, all that stuff. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just wanted to be on record, and if you can get the purse back, that'd be lovely, because all my stuff is in there. I'm really mad about my lip gloss.
About credit cards.
Well, he has all the cards and all the stuff, so he's mad because I took the money out of our account, but it's a joint account, so he wants me to give him money.
Okay, well, that's all a civil issue?
That's what I'm saying, like.
Purse, there's no reason why he's walking around with your purse, your ID, that he doesn't have a right to.
Right.
Married or
That's
not
what I'm saying.
married.
All the rest of the stuff is our joint stuff together.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We're gonna leave the room temporarily. We're gonna try.
I got in a fight with my brother-in-law and I shot him in self.
But even under the desertion criminal statute, which Lori has been charged with and faces these charges here today, the maximum fine, as Your Honor said today in court, that can be ordered is $500. Yet her her bail is set at $5 million, 10,000 times the maximum fine in this case. In a recent Madison County murder case, the bond was set at $1 million. In the 5 counts the court read today, charged in the criminal case, there is not one allegation of a crime of violence. A bond set this high denies Lori due process and fundamentally deprives her of her ability to meaningfully participate in the defense of these allegations she faces. It is clear that the government just needed to find a charge that would fit in this case because of all of the media attention surrounding this matter. The last thing that should happen is to allow this case to be tried in the media and to allow public opinion and rampant speculation to dictate how this case proceeds through the judicial system. Considering the purpose of bail, to which Lori is entitled as a matter of right, Idaho Criminal Rule 46, as Your Honor referenced, lists the factors that the court should consider when determining the appropriate bail amount to set in this case. Pursuant to those factors, Lori's bond should simply be reduced in the amount requested because she has no criminal history whatsoever.
Things when he wasn't really honest with me, so I asked for my rights back, and I owed him some money, and so I paid him back because he said, pay me back, I'll give you your rights back. I paid him back, and he didn't give me my rights back. So I actually went to an attorney, and he read through the contract, and he says, I have never seen a publisher's contract this one-sided. I don't want my name attached to what he's publishing. I just am not believing in that, and I want to be left alone.
Yeah. Suzanne, did he ever talk about the end of the world, the 144,000, the portals and creating these portals, anything like that?
No. I'm really sad about that. Portals, really, I've heard of portals, but it's only for the evil side. Like, if he's creating portals, that's not, angels all around us. I mean, I really believe angels protect us. They're all around us. We don't need to build a portal.
Thanks for joining us. It's our top story tonight. We're getting a better idea now of the timeline of those 2 missing kids with ties to the valley.
Lori Vallow, the mother of the 2 children, is now facing charges for deserting her children and more for failing to turn them in to Idaho authorities.
We are digging into the police report and body cam video detailing the moments Alex Cox admitted to shooting his brother-in-law in self-defense. Lori and her kids Tylee and JJ were all there when this happened. Meanwhile, authorities say she won't tell anyone where her kids are.
I got in a fight with my brother-in-law and I shot him in self-defense.
July 11th, 2019, Alex Cox calls 911 after
friend of Alex's, but goes by the name of Tracy, was asked, do you think Alex Cox is capable of doing these kind of things? And she said, if he feels that his sister is being threatened, yes, I do. It's around this time that she realizes or suspects that Lori is dealing with some mental issues. So the courts are concerned about Lori's mental status. Charles' ex-wife is concerned about her mental status. 2017 is the most important year, really, as to where this case starts to fuel and grow. So Lori and Charles move back to the mainland, and the Daybell family is going through quite a few significant changes themselves. Around May 19th of 2017, Chad Daybell, he has new visions, and those visions have changed. He has suddenly changed the type of man that he is, and he focuses on areas that he has never focused before in his entire life. So these were signs of a big change in his life. He was caring about the shape of his body and his health. Signs he had something new in his life, like I mentioned, and it's making quite an impact. Alex Cox actually admitted that he was the one that attacked Joseph Ryan. And afterwards, Joseph Ryan had dropped a few things he was trying to get done through the court system.
How does that work? Okay, so I got contacted by Brian Boudreaux shortly after he was the target of a drive-by shooting. And needless to say, he was scared to death. The police were investigating, but he wanted some assistance to locate the person that he suspected was the person who shot at him, and also to locate his estranged wife. She had been missing now for 10, 12 days at that point, and he wasn't sure if she was involved in this situation or what the situation was. So my original contact was to locate the person who shot at him and to locate his missing wife.
Our missing children's case, Tylee Ryan and Joshua Ballo. I first want to say that we understand that there's going to be a lot of questions, but unfortunately we're not taking any questions at this time. I want to stress to everybody that this is an active and ongoing case, and as soon as we have more answers, we'll be able to hold another press conference and we'll be able to answer those for you. I just wanted to recap today's events. So today, the Rexburg Police Department, as well as the Fremont County Sheriff's Department and the FBI conducted a search warrant in the 200 block of North 1900 East in Fremont County. It's also the residence of Chad Daybell, that's a Fremont County resident. During the search of the property, investigators discovered what appeared to be unidentified human remains, and an autopsy will be conducted. Shortly after the remains were discovered, Chad Daybell was taken into custody and booked into the Fremont County Jail. There, Mr. Daybell will have his initial hearing tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the Fremont County Courthouse in a closed hearing. I will be emailing everybody out. I'll get a list from everybody that's here as well if they're wanting a copy of Chad's Daybell's booking photo. I'm now going to turn the time over to Sheriff Humphreys to discuss the logistics of the courthouse hearing for tomorrow.
So the hearing tomorrow will be a closed hearing, and what we will do is provide a video feed for those who are interested, which will be on YouTube. I do not have that address as of tonight, but it will be available in the morning, and that will be sent out if we have your contact information so that you can view the hearing at 11 o'clock. This is primarily for security issues, and because of the virus, the courts are still closed down to the public, and this is one way that we can provide a means for you to see what's going on. Thank you.
Again, we just want to thank everybody for coming out. We've needed your help just as much as as the public and the family and the friends and everybody that's been so dedicated to this case. So again, we can't thank everybody enough for everything that you've done. And as soon as we have, like I said, more answers, we'll be able to do another hearing and let you guys know. So.
Can you clarify what the charges are for or charge?
At that time, that hasn't been determined, and that's prosecutors. Rob Wood will be discussing those probably tomorrow. So.
Would you be able to clarify what he was booked on?
I can't answer that at this time again because I don't know the answer to that, and it either questions that we have, we'll have to save for a later date. So
can we reference what was put on the jail website?
if you'd like to, yes.
So would it be accurate to say, as Fremont County stated, that it would be a felony charge with no bond at this point?
I'm not 100% positive on that at this time. So, okay, thanks for everybody for coming out, and we'll update you, like I said, as soon as we.
Enforcement may have got a lot closer to answering that question asked by so many who have been following this case.